We are at the 2019 Crick Boat Show. I have to just say, I've got a nice dark beer here, and beers are never far away from Boater World. So what is the Crick Boat Show? Well, it's a sort of giant trade fair. It's a sort of watering hole for boaters from all over England. We gather here, we look at each other's boats, we look at new developments, new technology. It's also a music festival as well. You can hear music going on in the background, and I've got my halloumi and falafel wrap right in front of me. So I'm going to have some good, interesting times here, and I'm going to show you lots of fun stuff, interesting stuff. Okay? Crick Boat Show. Down in the marina of Crick, not just narrow boats here, but there's also Widebeams on show. So we're going to have a look at a few Widebeams. So we're just about to go on a brand new Widebeam boat, and I've got Michael here. He's going to show us around it. Is that okay, Michael?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, let's go down and have a look.
Just mind your head coming down.
Okay.
This 58-foot narrowboat, a widebeam boat, it's designed for a mooring in Chelmsford. So they are limited by lock length and by mooring length, so they can only fit a 58-foot boat in here. So it was designed for maximum interior space, but we sacrificed some deck space on the back and in the bow.
Okay. So the length of this boat is how much?
58 foot.
58, and the width?
12 and a half.
12 and a half.
Yeah.
So will that get through most locks?
It'll get through most locks on the bigger water systems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks very nice. Do you want to just show us some of the features?
It's basically designed as an open plan living area. The requirement was it's people who's going to live residentially permanent on the boat.
Yeah.
They're not going to cruise a lot, but they wanted a large living space, but they also wanted a small office space and a second room with some bedding, a bed space.
Right.
So what they have designed is an office area that double up as a sleeping area, so there are fold down bunk beds.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, two of them.
Yep.
So potentially you can sleep two people here, but otherwise it's an office. It's an office area.
Office.
Yeah. There's still some storage space, even though it's a small room.
Yeah. Well, it's typical boat craft, isn't it? Make them use of every little bit of space.
Yes, every bit of the space is utilised. Yeah. Large open plan area. Kitchen is designed so that even though they're going to be moored and they're going to be plugged in most of the time, it's still mostly 12 volt appliances. So 12 volt integrated fridge, 12 volt integrated freezer.
Okay.
Lots of storage space, gas cooker, gas hob, fairly large larder.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
That's all storage space underneath.
Beautifully done.
This is a sort of fold down dining or breakfast area that stows away completely. When it's not utilized, it slides away and it locks into place, so that you can stow it away entirely. The rest is just it's just space. So I'll just leave that out.
Right.
Okay.
To take us through?
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In this corner is washer tumble dryer. There's very little corridor space, but the corridor space has been designed so that it's actually a walk-in wardrobe. So these are all sort of either hanging space or racks.
Beautiful.
Same on this side.
Thank you.
Same on that side, and then drawer spaces.
That is a nice sized wardrobe.
Yeah, they're all over.
Wow.
Shower room, no bath shower room. quite a large double shower, walk-in shower, pump-out toilet, Jabasco pump-out toilet, 260 litre toilet, integrated toilet tank, which sits under this worktop.
So is this toilet a pump out?
It's a pump out, yeah.
It's a pump out.
It's a pump out. The tank is in there.
Okay.
That's a 260 litre, so it'll last about a month for 2 people.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. The rest is just storage.
How big's the water tank on this boat?
This one is 600 and something litres. I'm not exactly sure. Normally they're about 1,200 litres.
So you maybe could have. And where do you know where the water tank would be?
I'll show you the water tank. Let's just get out of the way for a moment.
It's all kept in one area, isn't it? Everything is. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's just go through this way. There's the main bedroom area. Again, lots and lots of storage, lots of cupboards, lots of hanging space, storage coming. The water tank is under that floor on the deck.
Yeah.
The front section is water tank. This blue is the bow thruster compartment. It's a Vitus bow thruster. Anchor hatch in front. This again underneath is all storage. It's on the bed's on hydraulics.
Comfortable bed.
It's on hydraulics, so the bed lifts up. I can show you if you just. So that's all.
That is
Great storage.
The storage space. There's a lot of storage there.
Yeah.
So it's a boat that's designed for liverboard.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably not for particularly young people or older couple, would you say?
doesn't matter
It
what age.
doesn't really matter. It doesn't really
Okay, so
matter.
I got to ask you the big question then. Probably what matters most always, can you afford this? So what is the price of this without any frills? Just what
This
you've
boat,
shown us.
as it is, what hasn't been fitted yet on this boat, there's still blinds that's to be fitted, and that's included.
Right.
But the boat as it is fitted now is 139.
139.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and this boat does qualify as a VAT-free boat, so there's no VAT on top of that.
Right. Well, 139 isn't bad when you think of what the average cost of a house or a flat in London is. It's like £400,000.
Not even a small bachelor's flat. Yeah.
No, this is a bit of luxury.
No,
Isn't it?
it's fantastic to live on. It's
Yeah.
really nice to live on.
Should we buy it?
So here we are in the Crick Canal Basin. And for the summer festival here, all the lovely narrowboats, old and not so old, gathered together. Okay, so we are at Giga Turbines and we're looking at a nice little bit of wind technology here. So hi, tell me your name.
Harvey Galt.
Hi. So Harvey, can you tell me a little bit about this technology here and how it works and how does this compete with solar panels? So first of all, just tell us a little bit about the technology, could you?
So this wind turbine here is an entirely unique generating system designed by us in-house. We have taken an entirely new spin on it, excuse the pun. We've taken the generation from the edge of the turbine rather than the center. And by doing that, we have been able to reduce and eliminate the vibration and the noise generated by standard conventional wind turbines that you see on the market at the moment.
Great, and we have a 70-foot narrowboat. How many of these would you recommend for us?
So depending on your power consumption, obviously, you would want, I would say, 3 or 4 doubles down the side of your boat along the roof. That would give you enough power to keep everything running, keep everything going, and you've then always got some external power if you needed it that goes into your batteries.
And okay, we have a little bit of interference going on here. Comes around fairly regularly.
I've loved the tannoy system today. We've had some music, we've learned lots about the waterways. It's been brilliant.
And how does this compare with solar technology then?
So obviously solar panels, they are really good when it's sunny, but on an overcast day like today, we've had our turbines and they've not stopped since. So in between the months of November to January, you're going to get a lot of power from your wind turbines, but not a lot of power from your solar panels. Your solar panels are going to be about 10% efficiency at that point, whereas these are going to be in a league of their own. We're able to produce roughly the same amount of power as a 100-watt solar panel would, because obviously we're running all day and all night, whereas solar panels are running for a certain period of time during the day.
Great. Fantastic. And would you recommend then like a combination of solar panels and your wind generators?
Oh, of course. So when it's sunny, your solar panels they're brilliant. They're working and they're giving you the power. And when it's sunny, you're not going to get a lot of wind. It's just the way it works. So a combination of the two is best of both worlds. So you're always covered.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that information.
Thank you.
I'm Dave Milgate and the maker of all my little fellas. I hope you all enjoyed them. Puts a smile on everyone's face, and that's what I'm down here to do. Make everyone smile.
And how long have you been making these,
I've been making these about 10 years now. And now I've retired, this is my hobby.
And show us one of your specialities. Come down this way.
Okay,
hold the wire up.
Hold the wire up. My speciality, mind your hat, Dave, is the deck chair, because it's a scale model of a proper deck chair.
And do you give them names at all?
Oh no, it'd be too.
Don't go that far.
I can't do that because I wouldn't want to sell them then. It'd be too personal.
Great. Oh, thanks, Dave. That's
You are quite welcome.
So here we are, the entrance to another tent. This is Midland Chandler's, and they're one of the main suppliers of boat accessories and parts in the whole of the UK. So this is where you find out what boat really stands for, B-O-A-T. It stands for Break Out Another 1,000. And here we go. All kinds of interesting little devices, all on offer at the moment, of course, to lure you to part with more money. But it's all wondrous stuff. Horns. Okay. So just remember what BOAT stands for. Break out another 1,000. Hybrid marina. We're going to find out all about hybrid engines, and is this the future for boating? And in front of me I've got...
So I can honestly say hybrids are not the future. They're actually now, and we've been doing hybrid systems for 12 years now, and we've been at this show for 11. So it's very much now. We have about 100 systems in operation on the canals and waterways of the UK, and our sales are going up every year. So it's very definitely now and not the future. But I'd like to talk you through how our systems work. So here we have, this is a standard, this is a Shire 45 marine engine connected to a PRM 150 gearbox to the propeller shaft here in the standard way. Then we come in with our motor generator here that also connects to the drive shaft via a tooth belt. So both of them connect to the drive shaft in parallel, hence we call it a parallel hybrid.
Okay.
So the basic principle is, while you have power in your batteries, you can drive electrically.
Right.
The motors are normally sized at about 1/4 the size of the engine. So in this case, it's a 45 horsepower engine and a 12 horsepower motor. And the principle here is you use the electric drive for moderate to low power use and normal calm canal cruising. And then when the conditions get more extreme and you're on a river with a fast flowing stream and you need more power, then you'd be back on the power of the engine. But while you're in the canal system, you can drive an electric motor. It takes about 4 to 5 kilowatts to move an average narrowboat at 4 miles an hour, and you've got 10 there, so that's more than enough. When the batteries run down, you'll start the engine, put the gearbox into gear, drive the shaft in the normal way, and then this automatically becomes a generator for recharging your batteries. And here we set the system up so it generates at 10 kilowatts at normal cruising speed of about 1200 RPM.
Okay.
So that means that you can run on the engine for 1 hour, propelling the boat and charging, and then you put enough energy in the batteries then to go 2 hours of electric drive. So you drastically reduced the time that you're running in the engine, and when it is running, it's running much more efficiently because it's higher loaded. So on a straight run, you can get a fuel saving of approximately about 25% if you're using all the energy to go back as electric drive. However, on the hybrid boat, there's other ways of using that. So that big battery bank via an inverter can now power all the electrical appliances you have at home. So washing machines, tumble dryers, electric ovens, hobs, etc. can all be powered from the hybrid system.
Fantastic. And is this suitable for a system like it's suitable for all boats, or if a boat is too heavy?
No, I don't think it'd ever be too
for
heavy.
A smaller, lighter boat?
So for ourselves, we specialise in hybrids from about 20 horsepower engines up to, next door here, this is a 315 horsepower engine. The biggest craft we've done so far is a 38 metre barge that's 100 tons, and that's a trip barge that takes coach-loaded people out on environmentally friendly tours of cities, etc. So we do a whole range of size, but our main core of business are narrowboat boats, broad beams, and Dutch barges, and we have systems to fit them all.
So can I have to ask that question then. I think I just heard you say this can power everything on your boat.
Yes.
So, you know, even a fridge freezer.
Yes.
And
Let's if you can step back a bit. We've got some more pictures here.
even if you're a constant cruiser and you're not
Absolutely.
in a marina.
So
Does this-
actually, the majority of our customers are
Does this
constant
mean I
cruisers.
can have a jacuzzi?
Possibly not a jacuzzi, but here's an example. Here we have this is a 5 kVA inverter, which is standard. We can run our induction hob, fan oven, fridge freezer, dishwasher, toaster, kettle. All the appliances that you'd expect to see at home would be standard. Some boats may even go for air conditioning, so we can upgrade the inverter to a larger size, dependently. Typically it's 5 kilowatts, but we have done systems up to 60 kilowatts of inverter power, depending on more the commercial craft. And because sorry?
I was going to say, do you need a really big bank of batteries?
Yeah, the bank of battery would be much larger than you would typically have on a boat. Here, this is 48 volts and 800 amp hours, which is equivalent to 3,200 amp hours at 12 volts.
Okay.
Put another way, it's 30 kilowatt hours of stored energy when they're charged, and an average household would only use 10. So you've got many days of use
Not
off
in
that battery
reserve.
bank. Exactly right. So it means you're not into this every morning and night having to charge the batteries and so on. And you add to that solar panels, and you can have a reasonable array of panels, and that won't do everything, but it will certainly contribute to your power needs.
So, and last question has to do with price. If we're having a system like this, and we're starting with a sail away, a brand new
Yeah.
boat, and you wanted a system like the Shara system, which
Yeah.
we looked at installed,
Yes.
what's that going to cost?
Yeah, so if you compare the cost of hybrid to a standard installation, and if you compare apples with apples, as in how would you produce that amount of power in another way, which may be a standard engine with a travel power, etc., and an inverter and all the batteries, against the hybrid comes out about £5,000 to £7,000 extra
Okay.
on the purchase price. But then that's offset by, you'll certainly get fuel savings.
Right.
The fact that you have all this extra luxury on board.
Yeah.
And now consider that you're not having to buy 12 volt fridges and freezers and more specialised boat stuff. You can go to Comet and you can get all your
Right.
appliances at a much lower cost. Yeah. You can eliminate gas, you don't have to have gas bottles and compartments. Certainly you wouldn't need to have
you could have an electric cooker.
Absolutely. So as the vast majority of our customers do not have gas on board now. It's all electric.
Wow.
So one fuel, not having to go to collect gas bottles and so on.
Yeah.
and certainly you would never need a separate generator. You save money on that. And
Yeah.
So overall, it's not that much extra to be a hybrid.
I suppose the only
Yeah.
other extra cost would be buying your extra batteries.
Well, what it is the batteries, yes, are more expensive. However, they last 10 years because
Oh,
they're
right.
industrial rated traction cells that have a very long life.
Okay.
So you're not replacing them so often. And the big thing overall, forget all the cost cutting, is it's so fantastic to be on electric drive, to not have the engine running all the time and have
Yeah.
periods where it's lovely and quiet.
Yeah.
And especially going through locks, not having to gas
yeah.
yourself and noise. And the customer of ours, they got a fantastic quote, and the quote is, when the engine's on, you're on a boat. When you're on electric drive, you're in the countryside.
Yeah.
And that kind of sums it all up.
Yeah.
Right, okay, remember what I said BOAT stands for? B-O-A-T, break out another 1,000. So I just thought I'd check and see what we've spent at this trip to the Crick 2019 festival. So right, go through it. We've been very thrifty. First of all, 2 mooring pins, right? Because some of our mooring pins that we've got at the moment are a little bit bent. And come over here, we've got 2 lovely new fenders, and right next to it, these little hooks that you hang on the side of your boat, and then you get the rope over here, and obviously you tie one end through there, one end through the fender, and you hang the fender down the side of your boat so other boats can't bang against you and you don't have to bang against the towpath edge. Now, Chinese hats, the wind, and we've lost at least 2 Chinese hats.
3.
These go 3, is it? Okay, we've lost 3 Chinese hats, and the wind tends to blow them off, so we bought 2 here. One is a spare, and then beautiful little set of painting brushes. Look at that. All right, £2, and that's for doing your castles and roses and any decoration you want to do. But a very useful thing. Now this was £55. This, all right. So we've spent about 60 so far, I would say. But this was £55. Very useful. You can see it's a type of foam. And what happens in our bed is that our sweat, the sweat from our bodies,
I perspire.
or
I glow.
the perspiration, I think Aisha's referring to, and it goes through the mattress and collects underneath. And this brilliant stuff here creates a little air pocket underneath the mattress so that the moisture does not collect. So that's it. We've probably spent in the region of £120 in all. So for us,
We spend on beer though. That's
well, beer, no, we didn't actually drink that much.
No?
Maybe about
meals out.
£20, and a meal out another 20. So it's about 40.
New clothes.
Ah, now the
Wearing a
new
new jacket,
clothes.
Mr. Denman?
Oh yes, the last thing I want to say is this, of course, is this lovely jacket, which cost a mere £20, right, from Warwickshire Clothes. And then last of all here, down here, so we're going to say goodbye to Crick now, coming close, riding close, and as close as you can. So it's goodbye to Crick 2019. Break out another 1,000. Yes, you can. We've seen fabulous Widebeam at 139,000. We saw one at 186. Saw new narrowboats. We saw a poo incinerator for £1,300. All kinds of new gadgets, and we saw this fabulous hybrid engine as well. That's going to cost you a few grand, but nevertheless, break out another 1,000, but it does stop eventually.